Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, Writing Practices. Today we are going to learn how to write a freelance work contract agreement. For information, Freelance Work Contract Agreement is a legal document that outlines the working relationship between a client and a freelancer, including the scope of work, payment terms, rights and responsibilities of both parties. Now let's go step by step, and for each part, I will show you the exact paragraph from the template, explain what to write, why it matters, and also touch on the legal importance. Check this out. Title of the agreement: Legal Freelance Work Contract Agreement. This is the title of your document. What you need to write here is simply the name of the agreement. Adding the word legal emphasizes that this is a formal and enforceable contract. This is important because it clearly signals that the document carries legal weight and is not just an informal arrangement. Opening statement and identification of the parties. This freelance work contract agreement is made and entered into on this date by and between client's full legal name, company name, having its principal place of business at address, hereinafter referred to as the client, and freelancer's full legal name, residing at address, hereinafter referred to as the freelancer, collectively referred to as the parties. In this part, you need to write the date and clearly identify both the client and the freelancer using full legal names and addresses. This is very important because it legally defines who is bound by the agreement. Without proper identification, the contract may not be enforceable in case of disputes. Point number 1. Scope of work. The client hereby engages the freelancer to perform the following services. Clearly describe the services to be provided, deliverables, and expected outcomes. The freelancer agrees to perform the services in a professional and timely manner in accordance with the terms of this agreement. Here, you describe exactly what work the freelancer will do. You need to be as detailed as possible, including deliverables and expected results. This is important because it prevents misunderstandings. Legally, this section defines the freelancer's obligations, so if the work is not completed as agreed, this clause can be used as reference. Point number 2. Term of agreement. This agreement shall commence on start date and shall continue until end date or completion of services, unless terminated earlier in accordance with this agreement. In this section, you specify when the contract starts and ends. You need to include clear dates or conditions for completion. This is important because it sets the timeline of the working relationship. Legally, it defines when obligations begin and end. Point number 3. Compensation. In consideration for the services provided, the client agrees to pay the freelancer as follows. Specify amount, hourly rate or fixed fee. Payment schedule, like upfront, milestone-based upon completion. All payments shall be made via payment method, within numbered days of invoice submission. Here, you explain how the freelancer will be paid. You need to include the amount, payment method, and schedule. This is one of the most important sections because it directly affects money. Legally, it ensures that payment terms are clear and enforceable if disputes arise. Point number 4. Expenses. Any additional expenses incurred by the freelancer in connection with the services shall be reimbursed by the client only if pre-approved in writing. This section explains how extra costs are handled. You need to clarify that expenses must be approved first. This is important because it prevents unexpected charges. Legally, it protects the client from unauthorized expenses. Point number 5. Independent contractor status. The freelancer is engaged as an independent contractor and not as an employee of the client. The freelancer shall be solely responsible for all taxes, insurance, and statutory obligations arising from the compensation received. Here, you clarify the freelancer's status. This is very important because it distinguishes the freelancer from an employee. Legally, this affects taxes, benefits, and liabilities, ensuring the client is not responsible for employee obligations. Point number 6. Confidentiality. The freelancer agrees to keep confidential all non-public, proprietary, or sensitive information obtained from the client and shall not disclose such information without prior written consent. This section protects sensitive information. You need to include a confidentiality obligation. This is important because it safeguards business data. Legally, it allows action if confidential information is disclosed improperly. Point number 7. Intellectual property. Upon full payment, all work products, materials and deliverables created by the freelancer under this agreement shall become the sole property of the client, unless otherwise agreed in writing. The freelancer retains the right to include the work in their portfolio unless restricted by confidentiality obligations. Here, you define who owns the work. This is very important because it determines ownership rights. Legally, it ensures the client has full rights to the work after payment, while also protecting the freelancer's ability to showcase their work if allowed. Point number 8. Revisions and deliverables. The freelancer agrees to provide number rounds of revisions as part of the agreed compensation. Additional revisions may be subject to additional fees. All deliverables shall be provided in the following format. Specify formats. This section explains revision limits and delivery formats. You need to clearly define both. This is important because it sets expectations and avoids unlimited revisions. Legally, it protects the freelancer from excessive unpaid work. Point number 9. Deadlines and delays. The freelancer agrees to meet all agreed deadlines. In the event of delays, the freelancer shall promptly notify the client. Any timeline adjustments must be mutually agreed upon. Here, you address deadlines. This is important because time is critical in freelance work. Legally, it shows accountability and provides a process if delays occur. Point number 10. Termination. Either party may terminate this agreement by providing number days written notice. In the event of termination, the client shall pay for all work completed up to the termination date. Any advance payments for uncompleted work shall be refunded if applicable. This section explains how the agreement can end early. You need to include notice period and payment terms. This is important because it provides a clear exit strategy. Legally, it protects both parties from unfair termination. Point number 11. Non-exclusivity. This agreement does not create an exclusive relationship. The freelancer is free to provide services to other clients, provided such work does not conflict with the obligations under this agreement. Here, you clarify that the freelancer can work with others. This is important for flexibility. Legally, it prevents restrictions unless specifically agreed. Point number 12. Liability. The freelancer shall perform services with reasonable care and skill. However, the freelancer shall not be liable for indirect, incidental, or consequential damages arising from the services provided. This section limits liability. You need to define responsibility boundaries. This is important because it protects the freelancer from excessive claims. Legally, it reduces risk exposure. Point number 13. Dispute resolution. Any dispute arising out of or relating to this agreement shall first be resolved through good faith negotiation. If unresolved, the dispute shall be submitted to mediation or arbitration in accordance with the laws of state country. Here, you explain how disputes will be handled. This is important because it avoids costly litigation. Legally, it sets a clear method for resolving conflicts. Point number 14. Governing law. This agreement shall be governed by and construed in accordance with the laws of state country. This section specifies which laws apply. This is important because legal rules vary by location. It ensures clarity in case of disputes. Point number 15. Amendments. This agreement may only be amended by a written document signed by both parties. Here you explain how changes can be made. This is important because it prevents informal modifications. Legally, it ensures all updates are properly documented. Point number 16. Entire agreement. This agreement constitutes the entire agreement between the parties and supersedes all prior understandings or agreements, whether written or oral. This clause confirms that this document is the full agreement. This is important because it prevents reliance on outside discussions. Legally, it strengthens enforceability. Closing statement and signatures. In witness whereof, the parties have executed this agreement as of the date first written above. Client signature. Name, client's full legal name. Date. Freelancer. Signature. Name, freelancer's full legal name. Date. Finally, both parties sign and date the agreement. This is the most important legal step because signatures make the contract binding. Without signatures, the agreement may not be enforceable, so that's how you write a freelance work contract agreement step by step. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, share this video, and subscribe to Writing Practices. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.